newspaper.
Roma Shealy?
Verona.
Verona.
Verona Shealy. And this is just more articles about when I was elected. I'm going to go right through this because my most exciting part is when I was chairman and we had all the presidential candidates. These are notes that different people wrote me. I've got notes from Senator Graham and Senator DeMint congratulating me. And to me it means a lot. And I hope one day my grandchildren, you know, it'll mean something to them, so I've saved them. You know, people think, you know, congratulating me on my accomplishments. That's me and my daughter. She was a little proud of her mother. She worked really hard to help me get elected. She looks kind of like me a little bit. And she's a school teacher at Gilbert High School. She teaches 10th, 11th, 12th grade geometry. And my dad always said, the brain skipped a generation. It went straight from him to her. He doesn't know what happened to me. But funny guy. That's y'all probably, has Chip Huggins been here?
He has.
Representative Chip Huggins. You can tell I like to have my picture made, right? Mm-hmm. Now this is the governor of Mississippi, Haley Barbour, and I don't know if y'all remember him. He was thinking about running for president, and just like 2 weeks ago, he decided that he wasn't going to run this time. I was a little disappointed. I just met with him the other week, and then he decided not to. Former Lieutenant Governor Bob Peeler, and this is Eleanor Kitzman. She was a former director of insurance here in South Carolina. Now this is our governor, our current governor, Nikki Haley, when she was in the House of Representatives, and when I was chairman of the Lexington County Republican Party, and we actually rode in the Peach Festival parade together. These are just some pictures of the Lexington delegation, and it's kind of ironic. If you look at this picture close, you will see me standing next to my current opposition. There's a picture of me and Senator Knott standing right here, all buddied up together. You probably won't get any more of those, so this is probably a real novel picture for the future. And here is our short-term treasurer, Thomas Ravenel. He didn't serve as treasurer long. And Lieutenant Governor Andre Bauer. And Comptroller General Richard Ekstrom. Congressman Gresham Barrett, who also ran for governor, and our clerk of court. That's not a fire drill or anything, is it?
It would be good to get the clerk of court in. That would be an interesting.
Court. Huh?
That would be
interesting.
interesting.
You could also get the Beth Carrick. This year there's going to be 3 people running for clerk of court, so that could be you might have a debate.
That would be exciting.
And this was at Governor Sanford's inauguration barbecue. His first inauguration barbecue. This was on a trip to the Reagan Library at one of the South Carolina Federation of Republican Women's events. I've been a delegate to the South Carolina Federation of Republican Women's, the National Republican Women's Convention for 3 years, and to the National Convention, the state convention, for the last 2 times. And this is just some pictures from the National Federation of Republican Women's Convention. Now, do y'all know who this gentleman is? Do y'all watch Fox News? Do you may know watch Fox News? That's Sean Hannity from Fox News. And then these are just some pictures from the inaugural ball. Now these are from the last presidential election. Lexington County was fortunate enough, this was when I was chairman, to have every presidential candidate visit Lexington County. So these are pictures of every presidential candidate that came to Lexington County, except I did get pictures with Ron Paul. Mike Huckabee, and he visited a lot, so we got a lot of pictures of him. And Fred Thompson. I don't know if y'all can see, but y'all can look at this later if you'd like. Mitt Romney. And even my grandson got a little action here. He got in a Mitt Romney picture. He was actually even in a Mitt Romney commercial. And then John McCain. Where's Rudy? Rudy's in there. And Rudy Giuliani. My grandson got in the Rudy Giuliani picture too. Rudy and Mitt were in town on the same day, so my grandson just happened to get in those. And even Sam Brownback, we even got, but he didn't stay in long, but we got him. And then we had an event for Joe Wilson. And then another picture of our senators. This is Governor Haley's parents. This was before Governor Haley was Governor Haley. This was back when she was in the House, but this is her parents, Dr. Ajit and Roger Apawa. And this is just some memorabilia from the First in the South debates. This was actually an event that I went to, National Public Radio asked to interview me, and I was the Republican voice for National Public Radio, and they had someone from the Democratic Party and different people, and I spoke for the First in the South debate for National Public Radio.
What did they ask you to speak on?
Well, they were just asking questions about the presidential nomination, about this when Hillary, and it was before the debate, and they were asking about women in politics. And so I was actually speaking on behalf of women in politics, talking about how hard it is for women to get elected. Same thing we're talking about every day, about how hard it is for women to get elected. So then we have another book, but I'll let y'all look at these later. And this is more about the 2008 Republican National Convention, so I won't go through all that. Y'all have this information that this was put out by the Southeastern Institute for Women in Politics, and this is an interview that they did with me, and it asked questions about the questions that they asked me about how women can get more involved in politics and how I feel about women in politics. So I don't know if y'all want to look at that maybe and ask me some questions that maybe y'all have about women in politics or some issues that y'all feel are important to you. I've kind of given you a background about how I got involved and what I think is, important about getting involved. But what's important to you? I know y'all have like now issues. Y'all aren't really, how I got there is one thing, but issues that are important to you now.
Sure. Rashida?
My name is Rashida. I'm 15 and I like to go into the political science field. My question is, not many women have been as politically active as you. What brought you into politics and what were your current political plans?
Well, what brought me into politics is, one thing is there aren't very many women in politics. In fact, in South Carolina, we are ranked 50th in all of the states in the United States of women in politics. There are no women in the South Carolina Senate, which is, that's unbelievable. We did have, I think, 3 at one time, but right now there are none. What got me involved was not because I'm a woman, because I don't think that's that shouldn't be what gets you there. I shouldn't be involved because I'm a woman. I'm involved because I want to see change. I'm involved because I care about what happens to the future of my children and my grandchildren. I want to see things different. I see so much going on that needs to be changed. There's so many issues that are wrong out there. I see so much, just like what's going on right now in the Senate. Things are just bogged down, and there's we just don't go anywhere. They're debating over the budget issues that are they're stalled, and they're just stalled because they don't want to go anywhere, because they don't want to move forward with other issues. They don't want tort reform to get to the forefront. They don't want other issues to go anywhere. And some